The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
If you're building or buying or selling a home, the Real Estate Crew's got news for you at the Real Estate House Party.
With attorney Rick Carter,
Real Estate House Party.
paralegal Kathy Holtshouser,
Real Estate House Party. Come in, have fun.
and comedian Tony V. Now, here's real estate attorney Rick Carter.
Welcome and thanks for joining us here on the Real Estate House Party. And Tony V's back.
Wow.
And Artie Januario is back.
Another week.
Like,
Thank
I think
you so
had
much.
a stroke and I'll just look it over.
That's
Just
the
laughing
funniest
at
thing. Did you ever tell people in the beginning of the show if I fall down and pretend I'm having a heart attack, it's not part of the
It's
show?
not part of the show.
Okay.
Not part of the show.
All right.
Rick
All right.
stole that line one time. And,
Yeah.
I did because it really
and it was
happened to me.
really funny because
It really happened.
Right.
He doesn't have an indoor voice. And he goes, so Kathy, if I start going like this, I'm not
Not
kidding.
Well,
And like
Tony-
everyone turned around and
No, so,
He messaged me from a show a couple of weeks ago. He
Yeah.
goes, I was on stage and somebody passed out.
Yeah.
Right in the front
Right,
row or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
and they had
yeah.
to stop. The ambulance had to come
I had
and
that at
everything.
Prince that time for
Yeah,
my
but-
night.
And
It
I'm-
happens to me.
He's outside smoking, and the guy goes, "Well, you want to keep going?" And Tony goes,
Tony jumps right in
Yeah,
there.
I guess.
Yeah,
And the
no,
other
it happens to me more than I was at the Providence Comedy Connection with Bobcat Goldthwait a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
And apparently when I was on stage, someone passed out, hit the deck. They escorted him out. The ambulance came. I never knew it.
wait,
And everyone's
why are
complimenting
they
me.
passing out?
And everybody's complimenting me. Go, you were so professional.
But this
you,
other
you
one-
just powered through it. You didn't make mention of it. I go, yeah, I didn't know it was happening.
The other one, you knew, and the lady had to get CPR.
Yeah,
and all
no,
that.
the ambulance came right in. I've had people die at my shows. It happens to me more than yeah, it happens all the time.
It
Only,
doesn't happen all the time.
not all the time, but more. How many times have
That's
you
a
heard?
good way to go, though. That's a pretty good story.
I
You know, how
know.
did he die? Well, he was at a comedy show.
And he laughed.
He was having a good
Listening
time.
to Tony V, and he laughing so hard,
Is
he
there
had a
any
heart
particular
attack.
joke that really does it to them?
No, it's just my presence. You know, people look at me and they go, I'd rather be dead. and I can't say that I blame them.
All right, here's my story. So we're at a broker event where usually me and the banker gets up and kind of raves about the broker.
Yeah.
Because all his broker's clients are there.
Yep.
So the banker gets up and starts raving about the banker, and I'm kidding around with the bank. I go, oh my, because it's kind of a kiss-ass type of thing. So I go, oh boy, I really choked up listening to you, but I eat something, and so I go up to talk.
He starts crying.
So I'm start choking.
Joking.
You're really choking.
You're
And
really
everyone thought that was part of the
choking.
stage show. That I was pretending to choke up about his speech there. So so the year afterwards, I
So
said,
it's like,
listen.
he's like, no, I really am choking you guys. This is not funny.
Oh, Rick, you have a sense of humor. You've been hanging around with the comedian so long. You are so funny. No, really. All right.
One time, Rick had the body microphone on, and he was running this massive thing at Jordan's Furniture, and he
Kept it
decides
on.
he has to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And you could hear him.
No, that would have been okay, but I was up there talking to some brokers, and I'm thinking,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, I
But
hope
he was
I didn't-
on his way to the
Yeah,
bathroom,
yeah, yeah.
and he's like, "Ruh, ruh, 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 ruh." I come running out. I'm like, turn your mic.
Yeah.
all I could, she was worrying about, those idiots or something,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
thank
We have a very good friend, and I won't mention names, but they were on a TV show, forgot they were mic'd up,
No.
and started talking smack about the director
No.
while they were wired.
They're not on the TV.
and they're not on
yeah.
the TV show anymore.
Yeah.
I think I can guess who it was.
It doesn't matter.
I know,
Right.
but it does to me.
I did a show one time. I was doing a show one time, and I was emceeing an event it was a company, and it was a couple days or 3 days we were going to do different things. And the CEO came to give his talk, and this guy spoke for about an hour and 15 minutes.
No.
Yeah. And you could just see people just glazing
What
over.
was he speaking about?
Nobody knows. And so that was the. I get up after the guy I'm going to take over, and I go, let me sum up the last hour and 15 minutes. Everything's fine. We're getting new phones. And
how'd that go?
There was a moment of silence, and then a noise that I've never heard before. It wasn't even a laugh. It was just
a wave.
Yeah, but the kicker is, I look over, and the CEO is doubled over. He can't catch his breath. and like we had to pause and attend the guy who just made the speech. It could have gone either way, but he was laughing so hard.
You took your chances.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to go out. Yeah.
Everything is fine, and we're getting new phones.
That's about what he said in an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if I could talk for an hour and 15 minutes.
I can't believe you actually listened.
Yeah.
Because you heard.
No, he got those 2 points out.
Well,
so it doesn't sound like he listened too much.
Well, I was, when I'm working, I'm in work mode. So
Right.
you
You're
try
just
to
waiting
glean
for him
anything.
to finish.
Yes.
So it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hour and 15 minutes.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
painful.
It was awful.
Painful.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Typically, it's a graduation. You're at like the graduation, and they just rattle on about something you know nothing
I was
about.
at a continuing education thing one time.
Not ours.
No. It was
Okay.
a pharmacist,
Okay.
some
All
drug or something. And there's all these pharmacists there, and there's some professor or whoever it was giving a thing, and I fell asleep, and I was like, and I fell off my chair. I was at the end of the table. I fell off my chair into the aisle, and I was still asleep. And somebody thought I had a heart attack. And there was some guy all ready to give me CPR. And I'm like, what? No. He goes, oh, you're okay. I said, oh, yeah, I'm okay. But I was so bored.
I was feeling a little lightheaded.
This is how I get to meet people.
I was so bored. I had fallen asleep and hit the deck.
I heard a great story from Bill Lee, the pitcher. 70-something years old. He still pitches for the Savannah Bananas. Which
I love that.
A different kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he had an episode. He was on the mound, and he fell out. He passed out.
Really?
And everyone thought he had a heart attack, and it happened to be First Responders Day.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
good
there are
for
all
him.
these first
Lucky for
responders.
him, right?
So they give him the paddles.
Oh, wow.
Like 5 times.
No. Oh, my
and the
God.
5th time he goes, I'm fine. You can stop paddling me now. I'm
Knowing
fine."
him, he wanted it the first 4 times.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Did he have a heart attack?
Yeah. He says an episode, but
Right.
it seemed like hard.
He is.
So the paddles were warranted at that
I think
time?
maybe
Might have been an
was.
overkill,
Yeah,
as they say.
overkill, I think.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Well, because all the first responders wanted to show off their paddles.
He also told me another story where he got kicked in the nuts by the wife of a guy he hit in 1978.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she waited until the induction into the Hall of Fame. And
Really?
he
What year was that?
This was only about 3 or 4 years ago. The guy was getting,
Oh, he was a sassy one.
Yeah. And
my.
and he was giving the speech, and we counted the story about being in, like thrown at this guy who was being inducted, and the wife walked over and kicked him in the nuts.
Wow.
Oh, my
She goes,
God.
I've been waiting, 46 years for that. So, yeah.
Wow.
He is alive.
Yeah, he's a piece of work.
Talk about carrying a grudge.
Yeah.
I golfed with him once in one of those like celebrity things there. And he's gone for a while. And we find him in the woods. And I go, Bill, what are you doing? He goes, it was just weird.
He's dropping a deuce?
No. He wanted to get a special spin on his ball to the green. So he was looking for sap throughout the forest.
Oh.
To put on his,
Sure.
Yeah.
What? You make that sound like it's weird.
Tell the Don Gavin. Tell when you were golfing with Don Gavin and he had to leave.
Oh,
That's my favorite story.
well, Tony has that
Oh,
one.
yeah, we were doing the Bavis tournament.
Yeah.
And you get paired, or they put you on a foursome with other people. And sometimes you get guys you're in tune with, and sometimes you get people you are not in tune with. So they would golf and Gav, they're taking the turn at 8 into 9.
Right.
Gav goes, well, I got to go. I got to catch a plane. And he just walks off the course. So the guys take the
Gets
turn,
better.
and there's Gav sitting in the tent having a cocktail.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, I thought you had to catch a plane. He goes, yeah, I still do.
It's
Not
tomorrow.
today.
Silly.
And I can see the smile on his face as he's doing it.
I golf with a guy. I won't mention his name, but it has to be 20 years ago, and I always use his line with one of my broker friends because so it was raining a little bit, but and you're right. Sometimes you hit it off with the celebrity.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't. This guy didn't hit it off with us at all. And about the 6th hole, he goes, I gotta go. I got shit to do.
Don't tell me. Did it start with a D and an F?
Nope. JT. Was
Justin Timberlake?
No.
JT.
Jason Tatum?
You won't catch this one. Yeah. So
Jerome
Just a
Teitelbaum.
real asshole then, right?
yeah. So we use that line, whatever. I go, I got shit to do.
I say that too. That's Christine Hurley's line.
Well, this guy was ahead of his time.
It was
then.
John David's line
Nope.
too.
JT.
He goes, I got shit to do.
Oh,
When
really?
She was standing
It was
in line.
in line
yeah.
at CVS
Yeah.
buying condoms or whatever. You know, his jokes.
She's standing in line trying to
Doing
get
the same thing.
Let's go.
get her
Hurry
little
up, I have
son
shit
on
to
the
do.
football team, and she doesn't have time, and
Yeah.
she goes marching to the front of the line, and
Yeah.
because she has shit to do.
Yeah, that's right. Well, speaking of shit to do, we got a lot of stuff
All right,
to go.
let's hit it.
Segue.
We'll start
I know,
going
I know.
over it.
Wow.
I'm gonna nail. We got 19 minutes left. I got 28 more to do.
Let's do it.
All right, so we got to remind our viewers what we were talking about, kind of prepping people, because some people don't know what to expect on the road. They don't know what to ask, so they're kind of relying on us to kind of tell them about situations that might surface, right?
Right. Because you have the experience.
Right, we have the experience. And I always compare it to my dentist. My dentist will always say, "You're about to feel a pinch," and then I feel the pinch, and I'm not really alarmed. You know what I mean?
About to feel a pinch in your wallet.
Yeah.
A big pinch.
Oh, you know my dentist.
That's a pinch and a turn.
In a bad spot.
Yeah.
So we're going to rattle through some stuff that we see on the sellers' end that they just don't know about, and they always say, or
I
not
wish
always,
we knew about
wish I had
that.
known that. So one is we hit a bunch at the closing, but they don't get their money right away. We talked about that. But I'd love to have this on our website because everyone does this. If the account is only in one of their names, the closing attorney might have troubles wiring the money to
So
them.
the standard or the right way to do
Yeah.
it, the correct way to do it, the legal way to do it is if John and Mary Smith are selling a piece of property,
Yep.
the money, if we're wiring money in, it has to be in John and
Mary's
Mary's
name.
Joint account.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because
Because sometimes
the-
people have separate accounts.
Right,
Exactly.
but the
and
backlash-
and sometimes husband and wives don't get along.
right, but the backlash to
Well,
that.
I know.
Oh,
I
don't
know.
start
It's
that
not,
up.
it's not often.
Impossible.
Don't start
Impossible.
that
Not
up.
often.
I mean,
Come
it's
on.
not apparent on this
Right.
panel here, of course, but
So the backlash to that is if Mary
only has it in her name.
or it goes into John's account in his name, it's his money now,
Right.
and she has
Because
no.
Mary could then say, I never got that money, Mr.
Right.
Closing Attorney. What happened there? So,
But if they're married, doesn't she have rights to that money anyway?
yeah.
only
they-
if they're getting divorced
if they're,
and
if there's in
negotiated.
litigation, but right
But
now
in theory,
it's
it's
just in
her
his
money.
name.
It's both of their
It's
money.
both of their money.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Now, that also comes in, this always happens.
Marry someone you get along with.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Have a good day.
It's not so simple
Oh,
because you might get along for 35 years,
all right.
and then you
all
don't.
right, All right.
Okay, goodbye.
Something you want to tell us?
Want to get something off your chest?
No,
You sure?
No,
All right.
it's just an example.
All right. So, if anyone who is selling a property out of a trust, you're guaranteeing this will be going to be a pinch. So be prepared because no one puts account.
Well, the trust doesn't have an account.
I know. Can you just send it to me directly?
No.
No, because the trust owns the property.
the trust owns the property.
So you have to have an account in the name of the trust?
Yep.
Exactly. Yep.
So
Yep.
more times than not, we've issued a check that says, Mary Jones, trustee of the Mary Jones Realty Trust. She goes
What
to her
happened to
bank.
the Smiths?
I don't know, I'm just.
They sold
Did they get
last week.
divorced?
Yeah.
Did they,
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
one of those
Yeah,
couples?
yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. They were such
You
nice,
really liked them,
they
didn't
were
you?
nice.
They were so nice until John stole all the money.
Yeah.
Right.
So Mary goes in and goes to put the trust check into her personal account.
Happens every single
And the
time.
bank says, we can't do that.
Right.
It has to be a
And then
trust.
they call us like it's our fault. So I'm telling you right now.
It's not your fault.
It's not our
It's
fault.
not Ricky's
It's
fault.
never our fault.
It's not our fault.
not
If you
your fault.
own a property in a trust, that's who the check's going to be given to.
Right.
To the trust.
Because what they're worried about is some beneficiary saying, well, you shouldn't have given it to so-and-so.
Because when you set your property up in a trust, and Mary Jones is the trustee, doesn't necessarily mean that it's Mary Jones' property. She's been entrusted. Get it?
Yeah, I
Is it
got
like
it.
That's
that?
where the word comes
she's,
from.
Yeah.
She's been entrusted by the beneficiaries who could be Mary Jones' nieces and nephews.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? She's,
Right. So you set up a trust.
Yep.
Yep.
And while you're of sound mind and body, you
Yep.
can be the
Trustee.
trustee of that
Yep.
trust.
Yep.
But then upon your demise or
Goes to the
it
beneficiary.
goes to the beneficiary.
Can
and
there be
they
multiple
become-
trustees, though?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, so then, yeah.
Yep.
It'd be you and whoever you
Whoever
assign.
else.
Right.
Right.
But the
right.
point is that it's Mary Smith doesn't own that property.
Right.
The Mary Smith Realty,
Realty
Trust
Trust
owns
Right.
it.
Right.
And
And the trustees have been designated to act in the
best interest
Of the
of the
beneficiaries.
beneficiaries,
Yeah.
who might not be Mary
So
Jones.
if you give it to them individually, they might not
Yeah.
dole it out to the
like my
beneficiary.
trust is set up where it's for my kids, but I've also named Barry and Elliot from Jordan's Furniture.
Oh, that's
for you.
nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking of naming Ernie
yeah,
Bach.
I just want.
I
Yeah,
was going to get Ernie
Yeah.
Bach on
Yeah.
board. I know
That's
people
a good
that,
idea.
yeah.
There's certain people that need money.
They're good with
You know,
money.
They're
Yeah.
good, you know.
Sure.
They're gonna be giving it away at
right,
Fenway.
and I figure even if they do the kids out of money, they'll get some furniture out of it.
Right.
And everyone will be happy.
I figure my
Yeah.
kids get a Subaru.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
$100.
That's the way you got to think.
Yeah.
Boy, you guys are trendsetters. I bet you a lot of people are going to go out there and modify
Why
their
wouldn't
trust
they?
right now. Yeah.
We know things.
for a Subaru.
Sure.
Yeah.
Elon
furniture.
Musk is my trustee. He's some billionaire, right?
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
kids, I didn't think I could trust you with all this money, so I gave it to
I gave it to
Elon Musk.
I gave it to
He's
the
very
New England
rational.
Patriots.
He's going to name a rocket after you.
He is a weirdo, isn't he?
There's four
Well,
trustees: the
yeah.
Patriots, the Bruins, the Red Sox, and the Celtics.
Celtics, right.
My four trustees to my real estate trust. Seasons tickets.
Back to
And
the
please
deed.
read bookie as bookkeeper.
Yeah.
That's just a little pet name.
Just a little,
Just a side
it's a little
note.
thing.
Side note.
It's just a little thing
know,
between us.
There's
Yeah.
pearls of wisdom
doesn't
all
mean
throughout
anything.
the show. Not always real estate, but as long as
Pearls
you're
of
learning
wisdom.
something from the
Yeah,
show.
sure.
Okay.
You'll get something out of it.
All right. All right. So-
FanDuel is my trustee. FanDuel.
Well, you owe them enough. All right, so the spouse, we get this a lot. The spouse that doesn't own the property but lives there as their principal residence.
They don't need to be at the closing.
I wish I had known they have to be.
Wait a
Because
second.
she's in Florida and she won't be back for the unforeseeable future.
So-
Or foreseeable
Oh,
future.
So
She's
here's the
banned to
scenario
Florida.
again. If someone owns the property,
Okay.
is married,
Can we go back to the Smiths or the Joneses?
say Mary
Yeah.
Smith, John Smith are married.
Yeah.
Mary Smith and John Smith do not own it.
Who owns it?
John.
John.
But Mary lives there as
Lives
her
there.
principal
Right,
resident.
okay.
She has to be signing off the deed.
I see.
Even though
You know
she doesn't
why?
own it.
Do you
Because
wanna
it's
know
her
why?
principal residence.
Yeah, because she has automatic
Couldn't lose it
homestead.
couldn't
Yep.
lose it in a card game either.
No,
That's right.
not
Wow.
in Vegas, not anywhere.
Not as much as you try.
Up to what, 500,000?
As you
You've been
try.
there, huh?
As much as you try, you cannot lose it in a card game.
This
So so she has to sign the deed
to release her,
to release her automatic homestead rights,
right? So,
and her homestead rights if she put on.
But what if she doesn't want to?
well, then they can't sell
Right.
They can't sell.
because she has rights to the
Without
property.
her
Right.
permission.
Or she might just stay when the buyers
Does
move
she
in.
have
Right.
rights to the property because she's married to John Smith, or
Yes.
because she
Yes,
lives in the
and
house?
yes, yes.
Both.
Yeah.
Principal residence, spouse.
Okay.
Where does
So-
John live?
John lives at
At the house.
property. Yep.
With a stripper he met in Providence.
So him and his wife both live there.
Yep. Yeah. It's a
They're
it's
married.
a normal
So
relationship.
she has to be there, not just him.
But the house is only in his name.
No, to sign the deed.
Oh, okay.
Is that what we're-
So
yeah.
They both have to be there.
To sign the deed.
Right.
They
Yeah.
both have to sign off their rights.
I wish I knew
I
that.
wish I had known that.
If
Right.
you read the paperwork, you would.
It's
I
right.
know.
That's right.
Yeah.
But she lives in Florida.
No, she's on vacation.
Oh, but she has
But
to
I
come
wish
back.
I knew that. Right. I wish I knew
Right,
that because
right.
she's not around.
Right.
Right.
Because
So when they say, well, March 3rd is the closing date, you go, well, I'm going to be in Aruba that week.
Right.
Oh, then we'll make it March 10th. Well, I'll still be in Aruba. Oh,
Right.
well, how about...
oh, is it really your principal residence? But actually, it's a very good point, because that's another problem. I wish I had known that. If you're out of the country, it's not like you just go to some notary
You're going
and
to go to
sign.
the embassy in
Right.
that country.
It's a
and
it's a protracted process.
Yeah, it's huge.
So when I tell people right in the beginning, oh, you're out of the country.
Or they're
this-
planning on leaving the country. Let's get this done. This
Let's do
stuff
it now.
done
Before
now.
you leave the country.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Is that too hard?
So that's
I don't
it.
think that's
And so that's like what-
unreasonable.
that's
request.
on
Can we
the
make this
seller.
too hard, or is it
That's
too
on
hard?
the seller. Like,
Yeah.
if you're leaving the country, you don't call up the lawyer a day before you're leaving. You plan and say, listen,
Yeah.
I know that we're going to be away during our closing, and I'd like to
Move
see
it.
if we can get some things
I tell
done.
people right in my letter, listen, there's 3 times we need you. Get through the purchase and sale, do the power of attorney and deed,
Yeah,
and then I'm going to give you your figures at closing.
yeah.
3 times. You don't have to deal with me anymore.
Right.
But I do need you then. So that's when they should be telling you, oh.
We're not gonna be around.
We're not going to be around.
Right. Here's what I would do if I were you.
Yep. I'm listening.
Stop sending these things out.
Okay.
Have the paper made up.
Yeah.
Have people come to your office. Tell them exactly what's in the paper.
Oh, absolutely.
And then hand them the paper.
But yeah, no one likes to go to the offices
They're
anymore.
idiots.
I know.
Listen,
What if you're in a secret agent
Okay.
and you're out of the country on an assignment
Yep.
to assassinate some dirty Russian
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that, and you don't know when you're going to be back because you were planning on killing him on March 3rd, but things happen because he was with his kids in the
No, I
car.
know,
It's like,
I
well,
know.
I don't want to kill
I
the
know.
kids
One thing
too.
leads to another.
So I'm not going to wait till he's all alone
Yeah.
at some restaurant eating borscht, and so we want to kill him when he's by himself. So he calls you and says, I can't leave
Yeah, yeah.
Russia
Yeah, yeah.
for a while. And he goes, well, your wife is sitting here. He goes, well, that's not really my wife. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
so do you deal with secret agents? I
Yeah,
wanna
yeah.
know.
So what
It's
I do-
very
Always.
exciting.
Always.
So what I do is
are they feeling secret agents?
Yeah.
I put that in purchase and sales.
Yeah.
If you're a
If I'm a secret agent and I need to kill someone,
In
but
Russia.
that gets bumped off a bit.
Right.
Closing gets extended for 7
Right,
days.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So-
there's a reasonable expectation
Right.
that
So
you
we
have
deal
to
with it.
complete your job.
But like we
So no
do
one can
have
say.
pushback. We do have pushback from. Well, she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to sign the deed because she
What if
doesn't
she's
own.
sick and like in a nursing
She doesn't
home
own the
or something?
property.
She's got to sign.
The,
Well, yeah.
So that's a whole different ball of wax.
Yeah, yeah. But that's another good one. I wish I had known that.
Well, if somebody's
That's
sick.
That'd
Yeah.
be
Well, if
something
somebody
we
gets
should start.
arrested during the process between the purchase
Oh, we've
and
had
sale,
all these.
the guy gets
We've
arrested
had-
and is in
oh, yeah.
jail now.
We've had to send people to, yeah.
How about this? We start a company for secret real estate agents
Right.
where they sell homes that they don't know are being sold.
Yes.
Right.
To foreigners.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who
That
don't
think
really
that they're
exist.
actually
Yeah.
buying a house.
Right.
Can they also
With
rent
fake
out these
Social
fake
Security
shows?
numbers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it's like
we
a show
burn it
game.
down for the insurance.
For the insurance. Everybody
that you
wins.
have to get.
Yeah. Everybody wins. Yeah.
It
And
keeps
then,
the whole
and then we
thing
do a
going.
fraudulent
Yeah.
deed from the fake
whole-
seller
Right,
to the
and
new
we
buyer.
forge
And
the
we forge the
signature.
notary and the signature.
And then you can sell the prison.
Sure. And by the way,
You know?
yeah.
Sign here,
And we use a
Warden.
fake Social Security number for
All
the
right.
1099.
Yeah, exactly.
That's easy
and
to
they'll
do.
never catch on.
No.
And
Right.
by the way, all these forms can be found at Staples, and you can do this all on your own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not with us.
Yeah.
I thought you had your own website. You just
No,
you just,
Staples. You go to Staples, and they have packets of.
You just scroll down.
Yeah. Well,
Tony's view on how to forge a vacant land
Yeah,
situation there.
sure.
How to
Excuse
get
me, Bill, can you tell me where the illegal documents are?
go to Tony's website.
Aisle 14, and some of them are hanging against the wall.
Do you sell those at Super Stop and Shop?
No, they don't have anything illegal.
Really?
Except
the
for
whole
the
place
avocados.
must be illegal.
Except
if
for
you
some
don't-
of the fruit and vegetables that look like genitals. But that's just in Provincetown.
From the ooh bird?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
So,
do you know-
penicillin, Doritos in aisle 4.
Oh, God.
Never mind.
Never mind.
What
I
else
mean,
we got there?
So actually, I'm gonna do like you can't
Do
get
the
away.
Watusi?
I'm gonna do.
Were you hearing this in the shower too this morning? Or was that you at the shower?
Yeah.
All right.
Melikaliki
No, I-
Maka is the wise way, the Hawaiian way.
Don't.
Merry Christmas. A Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Does
So, no,
your wife wonder about the shower?
No, she just throws cold water on me because I'm usually masturbating. That soap
There
is
goes
such,
this for the website.
The
We're
soap
doing
is
so
such
good.
a whore. It's my soap.
24
I get
minutes
the horse.
in,
I get the
and-
horse soap that looks like Selena Gomez. It's great. Anyway, go ahead.
Trigger if anyone likes Selena
Too late.
Gomez.
You know what's the problem with our trigger warnings? It's
too late.
Don't
They
we
come
do it? Shouldn't we
afterwards.
do it
Yeah.
beforehand?
Yeah, we
I
should
looked
we should do
beforehand.
a total like blanket trivia.
I like the way she cooks. She has a cooking show. Selena and Chef.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
you can't get away with anything illegal because
Really?
you're gonna get caught.
Right.
You can't. You know what I mean? Like
I do.
there's so many.
We joking.
Yeah.
I'm just,
illegal
I'm just
activities.
telling them that.
make
Like
sure
you
they
can't,
know.
you
Yeah.
can't. You might think you're getting away with it, but you're getting caught.
No,
So
there's cameras everywhere.
Cameras
They'll
everywhere.
have you every step of the way.
Yeah.
They'll see you picking up the illegal documents. They'll track your car to where you
Yeah.
work. They'll ping your
Cell
fast pass,
phone.
your phone.
and they'll see all the exercise minutes that you got on
Got
your
on
phone
phone,
from
right.
here to
If you have a
there.
camera in the elevator, do you usually smile at it or we have
Moon it.
Huh?
Moon
We
it.
have a camera in our elevator.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I have an illegal
so I
document
guess that's the
truck.
answer. Who's watching that?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, I guess.
Illegal document truck. I park it at the border. You get your phony IDs here.
Oh, yeah.
They love it.
Do you one-stop shopping?
I can't-
One-stop
I
Do you think
shopping.
they have do you think they have volume on that camera in our elevator?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
Why, what'd you do in the elevator?
No, you can't. You can't have audio. You can't have audio. Just visual
Wow, you
in
are
elevators.
so good.
That's true.
I believe you.
That's true. And almost
Poor Artie.
any
As soon as he says
situation-
something that's true.
You know these cameras. Now that you bring it up,
I was just fix my hair in them.
you know we have
You were not.
technology. We have technology where they can read a license plate
From the
outer
moon.
space.
Right.
Right.
we do.
Yet every
Yeah.
time there's a crime or something, they'll show you a picture. They'll go, "We need
I know
help
this. So,
identifying
It's all
this guy."
blurry.
It looks like Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You know, you go, you can't upload the grades of your camera. I know.
The pixels.
You know,
right.
Right.
you know, the real world isn't the same. I'm shocking here as those crime shows. Like you always think, don't you like dust down and get fingerprints? They don't really do that.
No
They
one-
should.
Nobody
I know they
cares.
should.
We
I
found
don't know.
a
If you
little
watch,
hair.
if you watch 2020 or Dateline,
The
some of those
spouse did it.
guys, yeah, but some of those the cops are relentless.
Oh yeah,
Right.
the forensic,
The forensic,
all that stuff.
That does amaze me
that is
when they
crazy,
do it. Yeah.
right?
That's why I don't do anything.
Like, yeah.
It'd be exhausting to worry about that all the time. They're going to figure it out.
And nobody realizes that you're on camera all the time.
All
right.
the
So
time.
you just bought duct tape, bleach, storage units,
Yeah, yeah.
and rope
Right,
and a shovel.
right.
The day before your wife disappeared.
Yeah.
Forget the lime. Forget the
And the lime.
Yeah.
And I needed those things. I was running low on them.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
guys? Like, oh,
Yeah.
you use cash, but we went to every Home Depot in a 80-mile radius of your
Yeah.
house, and
we saw you on.
We saw you
in the video.
buying these things. So they shouldn't even be tried, as far as I'm concerned.
No,
but
they still have to find the
have to go
physical
through-
evidence,
yes.
which all you need is bleach. Just cover the entire crime scene with bleach and nothing
That takes
there.
care of it?
No DNA.
Really?
No
Okay.
fibers.
but they always miss
no
something,
nothing.
a
Takes care of
speck
the
in their
fibers?
car or something.
Oh, it's something stupid
Oh, yeah.
sometimes.
You
Like
know.
we had some murder in town. and-
Never want to. There's a lot of criminal laws. I'm not laws, but like rules.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like you don't want to shoot anybody in the car because there's blood everywhere.
So, all right. So,
Oh, yeah. I've
some
said
kind of
this-
rules of thumb for
Yeah, yeah.
a criminal. I
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
you. I got you.
I've said this since the 90s. And when you're digging a grave,
Yeah.
take the time and dig it deeper.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
always finding people in
shallow.
shallow
It's
graves.
always a
Right.
It was in a
shallow
shallow
grave.
You know what
because
it
they
is?
get
And what else-
nervous or lazy.
and there's
What
a
else
big
are you-
bump where the body is.
What else are you doing?
No, you got to
You've
get a
already
back.
killed the guy. Take the time.
You
and-
can't hide it a little
No,
better. You have the little
better.
bump.
Sure, of
You can
course.
rent
Yeah.
a backhoe very
Right,
easily.
right,
and swoop
right. Do it
all
right.
up.
I know,
Do
but
it
then
right.
if you rent a backhoe, you have to leave your license. And
Yeah,
then
but
they
you
wanna-
just put a little sign
they wanna know
searching for
Artie-
treasure.
Right.
Searching for
So,
treasure.
general thought to the show is just do it right.
You're correct.
Right?
Exactly.
No matter what you're going to do.
Right.
If
Hey,
it's
this,
legal or illegal.
This is very
do it
harmless,
right.
but I figure I'll throw a Whole Foods. You can now pay by putting your hand up.
Really?
Yeah,
Just your hand?
your palm print.
How do
Not
they
not any
know?
other part of your body?
You gotta
You
program
register.
it,
You
register it.
register your palm
So you
print.
do it
Wait, but
once.
how do they know I have money? by my handprint.
Because when you put your
Well, there's an
hand there,
assumption if you got your hand there, you're paying. Just
It's
like a
connected.
checkbook.
So
If you
now
write
we're
a
gonna
check,
see.
they're assuming you got money behind the check.
So we're
It's
going to find
connected to
bodies in
everything.
shallow graves missing hands.
Right.
So
Oh, that's a
people
good
can
one.
shop now
Oh, we
with
see
somebody
that on.
else's hand.
Oh, so if
Right,
we're-
right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're cutting everyone's
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
up.
You got to move quickly, though.
But I was talking to a friend, and the AI, which is artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Not actual intelligence.
It's artificial.
Artificial.
But like you could get a call from me. It could be my phone number.
right.
It could be my voice, and
Yeah.
I say, Rick, I need you to wire me $30,000. I'm in really big trouble. I'm guessing. Oh no, maybe not 30, but
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Click.
gonna guess. No, he would never hang up on me.
No, I'd write you a check.
Right?
Hang
No,
up
you
and
gotta.
call
You
her
know,
back.
you gotta wire it.
Oh, I'd wire you money.
Hang up
Right.
and call her back.
So
Yeah.
the point is, I think you should take like your 10 of your best friends and relatives
Yeah.
that you trust and
Yeah.
and make up a code word.
I do, yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that's a great idea?
Great idea.
Brujol.
Brojole. What's yours going to be?
Well, I actually did it the other day. If you really want to know.
Yeah.
Because I had a seller's attorney say, we're changing our wire information.
Right.
Can you send it here? I said, well, that's a tip off.
Right.
So, but I had seen the girl like 2 weeks beforehand. I said, if you can tell me where I saw you, I'll know it's really you. She goes, oh, that's very creative. So, but it was the perfect.
It was true?
It was true.
Yeah.
But so it
So-
really wasn't a specific word. But I asked her where she was.
But I was talking to a couple of my friends about
Yeah.
it. Like, you have to come up with a code word.
Well, Adi just gave us one.
Well, Brajol, I'm
You
not
make
gonna,
up your own.
I know, we're going to make up our own.
Mine is no, honest. It's me.
But I actually think that we're onto something,
and you
right?
just keep repeating that, right?
Because there's so much fraud out there that if he hears my voice and I'm crying,
Sure.
he's
Right.
going to send me the
But
money.
I think your
I
point
actually
is
gave
they're
that.
starting to record. You say yes,
right.
Right.
so now they can
have
use that.
the voice,
But they can
yeah.
even get
They
my.
extrapolate all those.
They can get the way I talk. Hey, what's up? Like,
Right,
da-da-da-da,
right.
Yeah, yeah.
like it could totally sound like me and not be me.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
trust me, they're not going to be able to figure out how you talk.
GFY.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's gonna be our code.
All right. So we got to go, but I'm checking. Legitimate tips.
On how to kill
5.
someone.
Criminal tips. I got at 9.
Beautiful.
All right.
That's good.
So that's not
percentage.
bad.
It's good
right?
percentage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, 5
Yeah.
legitimate. 9. Bleach seems to be very important.
Oh, sure.
And a general theme: do it right.
Do it right.
If
Don't
you're
have-
gonna do it right.
Don't have a shallow grave.
No.
Simple.
Dig
Yeah.
it deep.
Ooh, so I think we went
And
over.
get a backhoe.
I think we went over, but I think a lot of the criminal activity was
Yeah,
very important
yeah,
to get out
yeah.
because we don't want sloppy criminals, right?
Right.
Am I right?
No.
All right. Thanks for joining us here on the Real Estate
Another fun time at the real estate house
Real
party.
Estate Criminal
House
Party.
party.
It ain't nothing.
Thanks
but
for joining us, Tony V, Kathy H, Artie J. Thanks
Thank
for
you
joining
for
us
having
here
me.
on the
Thank
Real
you
Estate
again.
Criminal Party.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.